What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Playmaker Pod. I'm your host, Isaac. This is the other host, Joseph. We're going to get right into the action. There's a whole lot of news going on right now in the NFL. The biggest story of the past 24 hours is Jalen Ramsey getting traded from the Los Angeles Rams to the Miami Dolphins. Now, ever since last year, the Dolphins have been going crazy in picking up star players. They've made trades for Tyreek Hill. They went out and got Bradley Chubb. Now they're trading a third-round pick to acquire Jalen Ramsey from the Los Angeles Rams. Honestly, I thought the Rams probably could have gotten a better return from him, but I mean, third-round pick, yeah, honestly, I think they got finessed in that trade. What do you think?
Yeah, well, to be honest with you, I think this was a cap hit that was too big for any team to actually trade it anything of value to the Rams because I think his cap is like 25 or 26 mil.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he has guaranteed money of like 40 something mil now when he got traded.
The Dolphins changed it. I'm pretty sure they gave him more guaranteed money.
Yeah, I think that's why they got very little because of how much money the team that got him was gonna have to give to him. It's a pretty big cap hit. It's 25, 26 mil. Yeah. He did kind of have a down year, but a down year for him is it's a good year for other quarterbacks. So you really can't say it's a down year, but it kind of was for him. But yeah, it was pretty tough for the Rams just because it was just because of the cap hit, the contract that they gave him a couple years ago, bit him in the ass really, because they really couldn't get much back from him. So yeah, it was. I don't know. I just couldn't believe that there's not another team that would have offered more. I think they also wanted
the second.
Yeah,
like at least the second, right? All right.
I think they also wanted they didn't want to trade him in the NFC. So they could have been an NFC team. They gave him more, but they didn't want to trade him in the NFC. They wanted to trade him out of the conference. So I was like, yeah. I was kind of surprised that they didn't get any better than that. It's a pretty big steal for the what is it called? For the Dolphins though. They're paying him a lot of money, but it's a good fit. They got rid of Byron Jones. Byron Jones was ass. And Jalen Ramsey is for sure an upgrade over Byron Jones. Byron Jones the other day was saying that he couldn't even run anymore because his knees were so bad. So do you look at now you're replacing him with Ramsey? Yeah, so it's pretty. Yeah, it's a pretty significant upgrade. So yeah, I really like that
upgrade.
Yeah, major upgrade with him and Howard, and their defense is good. Yeah, they have a really good chance to win the division next year. Especially they have Big Fangio too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, the Dolphins have been making some serious moves, and earlier today too, they just ended up picking up David Long Jr. for like $5.5 million.
Yeah.
Now you put him in the Vic Fangio system. You got Jalen Ramsey, Xavier Howard, Bradley Chubb, Jalen Phillips. You got playmakers all over the defense. Pair that with the offense that you have down in Miami. That's going to be, oh my God, that whole division is going to be pretty loaded. With maybe the exception of like the Patriots. But let's say Aaron Rodgers ends up going to the Jets. They become a contender in that division. You got the Dolphins right now with the way they are. They damn near beat the Bills in the playoffs without Tua. They would beat them with Skylar Thompson. They have a shot to win the division. And of course, the Bills have been atop the division for like the past 2-3 years. They're also a likely front runner in the AFC. That whole division is going to be stacked next year.
Yeah. Yeah, the division's a lot tougher now, especially after the moves the Dolphins have been making, and especially if the Jets get Rodgers. So yeah, it's gonna be tough for the Bills to continue to run the division because all the other teams have gotten better, except for maybe the Patriots are probably the only team that's really staying the same, but everybody else is getting better. So yeah, it's gonna be tough.
Bringing back Bill O'Brien to replace Matt Patricia and Joe Judge as the offensive coordinator was actually a really, really, really good move for the Patriots. Like, I don't think people understand the kind of magnitude this might have for them because last year that offense was complete garbage, bro. I mean, I don't know what they were expecting, putting a defensive guy and a special teams guy out there trying to run the offense, but now you got a guy who's ran that New England offense before. He's been running the Alabama offense for the past 2 years, ever since Sarkisian left. Yeah, I really think that this might help the Patriots a bit.
This is totally off topic, but it's totally off topic. I just wanted to say it because it happened right now. And the Giants actually finally made a move. They're signing Bobby Okereke to a deal. I don't want to talk about that.
Oh man, they actually got him in. Damn.
Yeah, I'm just happy about that. We did something.
Damn,
that's all I'm happy.
Oh,
yeah, we'll talk about it later, but we can continue this topic. Let's finish off this topic.
Yeah. Okay, what were we on?
We're talking about the Patriots. Bill O'Brien.
Patriots, yeah. Bill O'Brien. Oh yeah, people don't realize how underrated this move actually is, bro. Maybe Mac Jones might actually be able to develop a bit now instead of regressing under the past offensive leadership that he was under. Yeah,
Bill O'Brien's going to be a significant upgrade over Joe Judge and Matt Patricia. I don't even know how Joe Judge and Matt Patricia even got the offensive coordinator job because I don't know what the fuck I don't know how they got it, but yeah, Bill O'Brien's a significant upgrade. Yeah, the Patriots are probably they still got Bill Belichick, so really they still have a chance too. You can't just count them out. They still have a solid defense too. Mm-hmm. We'll talk about it more. They re-signed Jonathan Jones. We'll talk about that later. He's a pretty good corner as well. Yeah, but the Patriots are still really solid as well. Yeah, just comparing them to, it's just going to be hard in this division because they're going to be playing Miami. Miami's loaded. Buffalo's loaded. And then, especially the Jets get Rodgers. The Jets are loaded as well. So, yeah, it's going to be a pretty tough division. Could be the best division next year.
Nah, for real, brother. I really hope they don't disappoint like the way the AFC West did.
Oh, yeah.
This year. We thought the AFC West was going to go crazy. You know, Denver brought in Russell Wilson. You thought they were going to start trending upwards. You had, the Chargers are the Chargers. They already have Justin Herbert. Then you bring in Khalil Mack and J.C. Jackson. You thought they're going to start challenging the Chiefs. The Raiders, they bring in Devontae Adams. You got Carr, Adams, Renfro, and Waller. You think they're going to start chasing the Chiefs. And what happened in the end? The Chiefs did what they always do. The Raiders disappointed, the Broncos disappointed, and the Chargers were all right. They didn't really move on. Speaking of the Chargers, they might even lose Austin Eckler.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the thing is, I think they're actually smart because it's like, I don't think Austin Eckler is, when I compare him to these other running backs, I don't think he's there. I think the Chargers are smart. Not paying them the money. I think the Chargers are better off just drafting another running back. I don't think it's smart. They're already in cap hell because they get too much money to those other players. It's smart. I think it's time to move on. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, to me, it's time to move on.
Yeah, he was a dynamic player in that offense, too. I swear, watch him also end up in Miami.
Oh.
I feel like it would be a good fit for him, to be honest. Yeah. I feel like Miami is like the perfect fit for him right now. He gets to go down there to South Beach with Tua, and with the way Miami's been throwing money at these players, I would not be shocked to see Austin Eckler head down there to the South Beach.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either. That's actually a good deal that happened. It would just be like I don't think the Dolphins have any picks anymore this year, at least. I'm pretty sure they traded them all. They don't got no first. I don't think they got no second, though. They don't got a third. That's the only problem with the Eckler trade.
I forgot they forfeited. I forgot they had to forfeit one. Because I was about to say, they got some from the Niners trade, but that's the one that they traded for Bradley Chubb. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe they have their own pick. I forgot they had to forfeit it because of the Brian Flores lawsuit.
Yeah. Yeah, so they're not going to have any picks. So that might... More than likely, though, I think Eckler will probably stay in the Chargers. I don't think they're going to...
You don't think he's going to get traded?
No, I don't think so. Man. I'll be kind of surprised.
I'd love to see him in Miami. I'd love to see him in Miami.
Yeah, that would be a pretty good deal. Yeah, the Chargers have no money, though, so... Yeah.
And then, all right, let's get to the other side of this Ramsey deal. And the Rams went from Super Bowl champions to having the worst season from a defending champion to now they're getting rid of their stars. They're getting rid of Jalen Ramsey. Who's the other one they just released? Leonard Floyd.
Yeah, Leonard Floyd, yeah.
Him too. Oh man, it's got to be tough for the Rams.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, they won the Super Bowl, so I mean,
oh yeah, they already got the Super Bowl. They risked it all. Yeah, they already knew the risk of what they were doing. But yeah, it's a pretty tough situation. They still have their building blocks, I guess, because what's his name? I forgot the GM. The GM of the Rams, though. I forgot his name, but he said that.
Snead?
Yeah, he said that the building blocks of the team: Stafford, Cup, and Donald. So Yeah, they still got their three. Well, they say that was their building blocks. But I don't even know if Aaron Donald's going to be there after next year. Because if they suck again next year, I don't think Aaron Donald's going to want to play football anymore. Sean McVay might be gone too next year. Unless Sean McVay's fine with just... Unless they get a rookie quarterback, that's the only way I think Sean McVay will actually stay. Like, if they're able to get Caleb Williams, I think Sean McVay will stay. But I don't think they're going to be that bad. Unless Stafford just comes out and you can't play again, and you just can't play football anymore. Then yeah, not a chance, but I don't know. I just don't see them being that bad where they have a chance to get Caleb Williams unless they trade up in the draft. They could trade up to number 1. Depending on who's there.
They have to give up everything. They would have
to give up all like picks. Yeah, they give up all their picks again for the second time.
Yeah, so I don't know. Too, and they need to hope that a QB needy team doesn't get that number 1 pick either. They need to hope that team picking at number 1 already has a QB in place. Like it was like this year, a Justin Fields situation where the Bears already had Justin Fields. They didn't need to take a QB, so anybody could have moved up to that number 1 spot. If it's a situation, though, where it's like a Trevor Lawrence type of situation and the Jags need a QB, yeah, the Rams could just say bye-bye to that. They're going to have to settle for like Drake May or depending on how Quinn Ewers plays. He was supposed to be the top guy in the class this year. He hasn't really played like it too much, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about the Rams situation, to be honest with you. But I think they'll find a way out of this. I think they'll try. Well, hopefully they find a way out of it because then they're just fucked. But I think they'll find a way out of it. I'm surprised they didn't want to trade Cooper Kupp though. Cooper Kupp's surprising. I thought they would try to trade him. I guess he's a Super Bowl MVP from like when they won the Super Bowl, but he's a receiver, so I thought they would be able to. There's probably teams that would be give him a first round pick for him.
They could get a first for sure.
Yeah.
How old is he? He's not that old, is he?
He's like 28 or 29. He's still pretty
old. He's like 10 weeks age.
Yeah, it's still pretty solid for him. He's kind of underrated too because every time I see wide receivers in the NFL do their list, they never include him, even though he just won Super Bowl MVP and like the Triple Crown last year. But nobody includes him. God, it just seems like disrespectful to me. Yeah, he still seems underrated.
He's probably like number 2, like top 2 for sure, top 3 at the very least. I mean, I could see Justin Jefferson if you want to put him at 1, okay. But I mean, who else are you really gonna put ahead of Cooper Kupp?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, when Cooper Kupp was healthy, he was like he was literally the best receiver that season. You usually look at his stats. Yeah.
Exactly. He had one of the all-time greatest seasons I've ever seen.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty surprising. They wouldn't. Yeah, this is pretty surprising. They wouldn't try to trade him. I think it's pretty smart. I don't think they're going to be good. So I was like, might as well get rid of him.
Just go full-on rebuild right there.
Yeah, I can see keeping Aaron Donald because he's like the face of your franchise. I can see keeping him until the end because he's the face of your franchise. You probably want him to finish your career there. But it's like Cooper Kupp, I think you could be fine with trading him because it's not like you're going anywhere this year. So yeah,
like I said, Donald might just retire too if the team sucks again. He was considering retiring, just going out on top after winning the Super Bowl, and then they convinced him to run it back. And I don't know, he might be regretting that.
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, I thought he was going to retire. He should have just retired last year. He probably should have just retired this year too. But yeah,
I mean, it's not like he's old or like he's washed. Like he can't play. That's probably the reason why he didn't want to retire so much because he knew he still had some game left in him. But I mean, if he was already considering it, I mean, come on, he could have gone on the top. He thought they were going to be able to run it back to get 2 in a row. He took an L on that one.
All right, we're going to transition into the free agency portion of this. Now we're going to go. We should probably talk about the Bears first. The Bears have made the most splash moves today. The biggest signing that they've made today, Tremaine Edmonds, 4 years, $72 million deal. I'm pretty sure he has like $50 million guaranteed. Yeah, it's pretty. They also signed. I think we should just talk about all the Bears signings real quick and then we can go over them. Dissect them. Okay, the second one they made was T.J. Edwards. He's signing a 3-year deal worth $19.5 million. Another linebacker, and then they added Nate Davis, 3 years, $30 million. Those are their main 3 signings today. All right. Well, the only one I see kind of questionable, I would probably grade it like a B- or a B. Is Tremaine Edmonds. It's like because it's a lot of money. It's $18 million a year, and there's linebackers that are getting paid a little cheaper than that. And there's a guy like David Long Jr. He got paid 5.5, and he got signed by Miami. He's like on the same level. He probably played a little bit better than Tremaine Edmonds last year, and he's getting paid way less. And Tremaine Edmonds is getting paid almost as much as Roquan Smith, and they didn't want to pay Roquan Smith, so it doesn't make sense to me. I guess they got a second round pick in the 5th. But I would rather just pay Roquan Smith because Roquan Smith is already the best, like the second or third. He's like one of the best linebackers in the league already. Like Edmonds is good, but I don't think he's up there with the elite guys. He's not elite to me. He's good, but he's not elite. I think I would rather just kept Roquan Smith. And they also signed T.J. Edwards in the morning. And I thought T.J. Edwards was pretty good already for them. Like I don't think they had to make another signing at linebacker. I thought he was already pretty good where they could just stay like that. It was cheap too, like $6.5 million. It's a pretty good deal. So yeah, it's pretty. I'll give T.J. Edwards an A+. T.J. Edwards is like a steal to me. That was a steal. Good player, fits the scheme, and he's also pretty cheap. Nate Davis also pretty good signing as well. Only $10 million a year. I'll probably give that one an A as well. They needed help on their interior line, protect Fields. So yeah, it's another pretty solid signing there.
It's gonna be him and Tevin Jenkins now on the interior, right? I'm pretty sure they bumped in Tevin Jenkins from tackle to guard. Yeah. So they could fill in that tackle position. The mock draft is for the next episode, but okay, yeah, I like what they did there, building up the interior of the O-line. That was pretty solid. As far as the linebacker moves go, like I kind of expected it, you know, being a Colts fan and watching the Matt Eberflus system ever since Frank Wright got hired. I mean, Eberflus was a defensive coordinator for that team, and you could tell the linebacker was a big part of his defense. Every single year he's been there, the linebackers have always been the biggest playmakers. Darius Leonard, as soon as he walked in, day one, he was the top guy in that system. He instantly became one of the top linebackers in the NFL. And then he's always had his sidekick with him, whether that be Anthony Walker, Bobby Okereke, and now Zaire Franklin. Eberflus always makes his linebackers look good. I'm telling you that right now. It was a bit of a shock to see them let go of, to trade Roquan Smith and then go out and pay Tremaine Edmonds the exact same deal. But I would say I'm not really surprised by these moves. I already know that he values that linebacker position, that coverage linebacker. They're going to be playing that Tampa 2 style defense, and the linebackers are going to be making plays for him. If Matt Eberflus wants his defense to succeed, he knows that the linebackers are the key part of that defense. So I'm not surprised by this at all. Tremaine Edmonds, I do think it was a bit of an overpay. He's getting paid like the same amount as Darius Leonard and Fred Warner and Roquan Smith. I don't think that Tremaine Edmonds is on that level. He's not on the same tier as guys like Leonard, Warner, Smith. But, I mean, it's still a pretty solid option. He's still pretty young. He was drafted like 5 years ago. He was in the same draft class as Josh Allen. But he was one of the youngest players in that class. So they still got a few years left out of him. Actually, they got a bunch of years left out of him. I don't know what I'm talking about. And yeah, I'm not mad by the signings at all because I already know what the Bears are thinking with these moves.
Yeah, I'm not mad about them either. They're still good moves. They're good players. This is the overpay. But you have to overpay if you want to get the top players of the free agency. So it's like, you're gonna have to pay the top players.
Overpay.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. In order to get the top players of free agency, you have to overpay them. That's what it is. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's pretty solid all around for the Bears though. The Bears upgrading their defense. Still be nice. I wish they would have spent some money on the tackle, but they could probably saw that in the draft. They also need an edge rusher. They have really no edge rusher at all. Like right now, nobody's serious at the position. Like nobody's serious at all. I can't even name who they have at edge rusher right now. I think Travis Gibson. That's the only guy I can name. You probably don't even know who that is. So yeah, that's the only guy I can name. They need solid edge rusher and they need solid tackle. Those are the really two positions of need right now for the Bears. They could probably at running back. They could probably run with Herbert again. Khalil Herbert. He's still pretty solid. But they could probably add a running back for cheap in the draft, or they could add a running back in the draft as well. I don't really think they need to spend money on that.
Not really.
But yeah, it's pretty solid all around for them. All right then. Well, we're gonna go to another NFC team. They had the best defense last year. It was the 49ers. The 49ers are adding probably the best. A lot of people had him as the number one ranked free agent in this draft class. Some people had him. Javon Hargrave signing a 4-year, $84 million deal. What do you think about this move?
Yeah, that's insane, bro. This Niners defense is going to be insane. You already know their D-line likes to feast. You got Armstead, Bosa, Hargrave all on the same D-line. Oh, they're about to eat. They have a solid rotation too. They drafted Drake Jackson in the second round last year. I already know. Oh my god, that defense is going to be getting after it. They love that front four pressure. When they made it to a Super Bowl, they had the best front four in the league. They got pressure every single time, and that's what they're trying to do again. They secured one of the best defensive players, probably the best defensive free agent that was available, which is honestly very shocking to me. A team that was already the number one defense, and now you make them even more overpowered. San Francisco, oh my god, you need to watch out for them. Even though losing D'Amico Ryans is probably a pretty big blow for them, I think they have the talent on that roster to make up for it and give the new defensive coordinator, which is probably going to be promoted from within, they're going to make his life really relatively easy, if I would guess. So
yeah,
that's what my thoughts on it.
Yeah, in that Eagles game, they were just running at Javon Kinlaw the whole game. Like if you watch the film in that game, they were running towards him all like Javon Kinlaw was getting fucking pushed around like nothing. So this is a huge upgrade because he's one of the best run defenders, run stoppers in the NFL. So yeah, it's definitely an upgrade. I was surprised when I saw this because I didn't think the 49ers would spend this much money to begin with.
For real?
Yeah. I didn't think they were even. I thought what's his name? I thought Hargrave was going to go to a team that had a bunch of cap space, to be honest with you. I was looking at like Seattle. Seattle needed a guy like him. They had some cap space. I was looking at that. Bears, too. The Bears could have used him as well. He's one of the best run stoppers in the NFL. I wasn't expecting the 49ers, to be honest. I didn't even think about the 49ers at all when I thought about Hargrave. So, yeah, this is a huge. Yeah, huge. This is huge for them because they took him away from the Eagles, too. And the Eagles are like their real competition, too. And they took away Hargrave. And Hargrave is their best D lineman, probably, other than Reddick. He's probably the best one. So, yeah, it's pretty huge loss for Philly, and also a huge game for San Francisco. So yeah, that's good for San Francisco. This is probably like another A move, probably A plus, because this is a huge move.
I think it's the best move of the free agency so far.
Yeah, because Kinlaw hasn't been able to replace Buckner when they traded Buckner. So yeah, just Kinlaw's been pretty bad, to be honest with you. If we're just being straight, if I'm being completely honest, he's been pretty bad. Yeah,
he's gotten injured, and then he does play. He's not playing up to standards. So, yeah, they took a pretty big L when they traded DeForest Buckner to bring in Kinlaw, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, but they pretty much solved it now. Their biggest weakness on their defense is solved. Their defense is pretty flawless now. I don't think there's anything you can say about the defense that's bad anymore. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure they just gave an extension, or they reworked the contract with a Greenlaw too right now. So it's pretty.
They still got Greenlaw. They still got Warner. They still got Hufanga. That defense is going to be eating next year. I'm telling you.
Yeah, it's going to be. It's really good.
Another underrated move before we move off the Niners is bringing in Sam Darnold. All right. I know it might not seem like a pretty huge move to most people, but after you saw what happened to them in that NFC Championship game, they could use a big white guy down there to kind of absorb those hits in case somebody goes down. Also kind of bring in a bit of competition for Trey Lance. I don't expect Brock Purdy to play next year. He's probably going to be out the whole year. So we need to give Trey Lance a bit of competition down there. And the way to push him would be to bring in a guy like Sam Darnold, who's already had his chance at starting in the NFL. He knows what makes a QB fail. And maybe he could try to bring that to Trey Lance, try to help him avoid all the mistakes that he made that caused him to fail. And I tell you, Trey Lance goes down again. They have a competent backup in place that is pretty big. He might be able to take some hits. Who knows? He's already got some familiarity with Christian McCaffrey. So I honestly think this is one of the most underrated signings of the day, too. Just pointing that out before we completely dismiss it.
Yeah, no, that's a pretty solid move, especially after all the injuries they suffered at that position. Yeah, they don't want to be in the same position they were last year. Yeah, so it's good to have. Because they got Darnold, Purdy. I don't even know if Purdy's really going to be an option next year, to be honest with you. Because elbow's going to be pretty messed up still.
Yeah.
So it's probably better just to... They're going to start Lance for sure. I don't think Lance is going to lose the job. They're going to give him a shot to be the starter. So yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty solid move.
They just want to kind of push him a bit.
Yeah. So. All right. I want to talk about some of the moves in the AFC West because a lot of teams in the AFC West spent some money. So we're going to talk about the Broncos. I think they spent the most money. They really upgraded the offensive line. The first move they made, I forgot his name. Ben Powers, coming from the Ravens. I don't have the exact deal. Oh, yeah. I know it's like in the 4 year, $50 million range around there for Ben Powers. He's coming from Baltimore. It's a pretty solid move. kind of overpay, but the offensive line is pretty important in the scheme that Sean Payton runs, so they have to upgrade the offensive line. Especially Russell Wilson was getting hit a lot too last year, so yeah, it's a pretty solid move. I really don't know much about him. I've seen a little bit of him, but it's I don't. He's a guard, so it's not like I'm going to know too much about him. But I know he's pretty solid. He's pretty solid, but I still think it's kind of an overpay for what he is. I was looking at his value that they valued him at. This website called Sports Track. They value him at I think he's getting paid around 12 million, 14 million. They value him around 9 million, so it's pretty kind of an overpay, but it's still pretty solid. It's an upgrade at the offensive line still. So that's what they needed. That's what they really needed. So yeah, and they also signed Mike McGlinchey, another huge deal. It's 5 years, 87.5 mil. So yeah, another nice upgrade. I'm pretty sure their right tackle is weak. I don't even think that is a good right tackle. But their offensive line is pretty solid now because they have Garrett Bowles. They added Ben Powers. They added Mike McGlinchey. I really don't know who the right guard or center is, but I'm not a Broncos fan, so I'm not gonna know that. I'm not that informational. But yeah, I'm assuming. I know. I think I really can't name the guys I love guard and center, but I know their offensive line. Their offensive line is gonna be pretty solid next year. McGlinchey's is a solid right tackle. Also, kind of an overpay. But you have to overpay for agency. But I think it's kind of a huge overpay, but hey, that's a lot of money. I'm pretty sure it's like 17 million a year. I don't know if he's I guess it's fine because I'm pretty sure
he was solid for the Niners, but god damn, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, it is a lot of money. Yeah, he's a solid tackle. It's just I don't know about that much money. But yeah, it's pretty solid move to upgrade the offensive line. They needed this for Sean Payton's scheme, so yeah, they should. Hopefully, the offensive line is improved for Russell Wilson next year. All right, then they also signed Jared.
Oh, what's up? Finish.
It's not that big of a move, but they signed Jared Stidham to a 2-year, $10 million deal. I'm just saying.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm about to say I was kind of hoping that Indy would bring in Michael Glinchey and pair him with Quentin Nelson again. Like if you don't remember, they were teammates back at Notre Dame. I'm pretty sure Quentin Nelson's the only reason why Mike McGlinchey got drafted as high as he did. He went in the top 10. And Quentin Nelson, pretty much, he was a big reason why they were lined up next to each other the whole time in Notre Dame. It would have been nice to see them, reunite, bring back some of that Notre Dame team because our O-line sucked last year. I mean, I'm going to be honest. We haven't had a consistent left tackle. We could have brought in Mike McGlinchey, put him next to Q at left tackle. I was kind of hoping for that, but I mean, it is what it is. Denver get a solid right tackle there, and I'd say they upgrade their whole O-line. They get significant upgrades, and I'd say they want to be a physical team. Sean Payton, they're running a new offense there, so I'd say bringing in that O-line help. Really, Russell Wilson better hope that these are the right moves. He was complaining about Seattle not giving him O-line help. He's got the O-line help in Denver. He's got a good scheme here in Denver. He can't run back that same performance he had last year, or else he might be gone right away because I'm pretty sure Denver might pick Sean Payton over him if Russell Wilson has another down year.
Yeah, Stidham's actually pretty solid backup too. He started the last 2 games with the Raiders. He actually did pretty good against the Niners too. So yeah, it's not.
Oh yeah.
So Russell Wilson really plays at that again. Yeah, you can have him as a solid backup, so it's not that bad. Yeah. All right, then the other team that made moves, the Raiders. They're adding what's his name? They signed Jimmy Garoppolo to a 3-year deal, and they also added Marcus Epps to a 2-year deal. They're after Jordan Poyer, but they didn't get him. So
they didn't get him.
Yeah. All right, Jimmy Garoppolo is pretty solid. I don't know. To me, he's a downgrade over Derek Carr. But the Derek Carr situation really just got bad between him and McDaniels, so it's pretty tough. To be honest with you, I would have just kept Derek Carr. To be honest with you, but Jimmy Garoppolo is pretty fine. He's good. He's a solid quarterback option. They should probably still draft a quarterback. I'm surprised they gave him a 3-year deal. I thought he would have been more like a bridge, but I guess not. I don't think they're going to draft him anymore. I think he's going to be a starter for at least 2 seasons, probably.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I would have probably kept Derek Carr. He's pretty. It's a good move. They needed a quarterback. Here, he's been with Josh McDaniels before, back when he was in New England.
Yeah. So
it's pretty solid. I would have just kept Derek Carr, but that's just me.
All right. So here's the thing. You know how I feel about Jimmy G. I like Jimmy G. I think. Okay, as a quarterback, I'm not sure if he's an actually better quarterback than Derek Carr, But I do think that the Raiders are going to see an improvement over last year in their record. They're going to win some more games. They'll finish with a winning record. The thing that I don't like about this deal, however, is that you're in the AFC. I would have been more comfortable seeing Jimmy G in the NFC team, but you're in the AFC, and you got to compete against Mahomes. You got to compete against Burrow, Allen, Lamar, Herbert. You got so much competition down there. I mean, just in your own division, you got Lamar, Herbert, not Lamar. What am I talking about? Mahomes, Herbert, and Russell Wilson if he could get it back together. So, Jimmy G, I mean, he's gonna win him some games. I know that for sure, bro. That's all he does. That's all he's done. No matter how bad his team was when he barely got in San Francisco, people love to hate on this guy. They don't like to give him credit at all. But when he first stepped into San Francisco, that was a very, very terrible team. I'll tell you that. He got traded there midway. He sat behind CJ Beathard for like 3 weeks or something like that until he got injured, and Jimmy G was forced to step in. And I'm pretty sure he finished out the year undefeated. He finished out the year undefeated with a terrible team. The Niners were in line for like the second pick in the draft that year. That was a Mike McGlinchey year that I'm talking about. They were in line for like the second pick with the Saquon Barkleys and the Quentin Nelsons and all them. Jimmy G took him out of that second pick, won like 5-6 straight games at the end, and brought him to like number 9 to when, okay, now they got to settle for Mike McGlinchey. So I don't really think it matters. Jimmy G could be in a bad situation. He's still going to win you games. Am I saying he's going to go undefeated and like 13-3? No, because there's a whole lot of competition in the AFC. But you say you would have stuck with Derek Carr. I think Jimmy G actually does win him some more games. However, I do think there's a ceiling on how far the Raiders can make it in this conference.
Yeah. Either way, both of them are mid to me anyway. So it really doesn't make a huge difference. I don't really think any of them are going to improve that much because I think both of them already hit their ceilings of how good they're actually going to be as a quarterback.
Yeah.
So it's not. That's why I still think they should take a rookie. I don't know. They have Devontae Adams. They have Josh Jacobs. They have Darren Waller. I would hope your hopes are a little higher than just because of Garoppolo. I can see them making the playoffs, but there'd be like a first round exit, probably second round exit. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's too much competition in the AFC to make it like a legitimate Super Bowl run with Jimmy Garoppolo. That's why I was saying I would have been much more comfortable if he had moved over or if he had stayed in the NFC, because then I mean all he's got to do is make it past like Jalen Hurts. That's pretty much it. But it's in the AFC, it's way more loaded down there, and yeah, there's a cap on him leading this team for sure.
All right. Well, the Chiefs, the final team that made a move, the Chargers didn't make any move. They're in salary cap hell, so they have no money. All right, the Chiefs signed what's his name? Jaguars offensive tackle Jawan Taylor to a 4-year, $80 million deal. I don't know how much money he got guaranteed, but I think it's probably like in the 40 range. Mm-hmm. Well, I think this is definitely an overpay because I don't really think this dude's that good. $20 million a year? He's good, but he's only 25 years old too. He's good, but it's like, I don't even think he can play left tackle because in Jacksonville he played right tackle. So I don't know if he can actually play left tackle because the left tackle in Jacksonville is Cam Robinson. He didn't play left tackle. So if he's coming in to play right tackle, they still need left tackle. And I don't think they're paying Orlando Brown a bunch of money if they already paid this dude money. So it doesn't make sense. To be honest with you, I would have just paid Orlando Brown because it's only it was probably only like $2 million more that they have to pay him. I think he's better. That's just me. They paid Jawan Taylor. There's also another rumor that they're trying to trade that they're having discussions with the Texans about trading for Laremy Tunsil. So, yeah, if they do that, it's gonna be pretty insane if they get Laremy Tunsil because Laremy Tunsil is actually a Pro Bowl, All-Pro caliber left tackle. He's definitely better than Orlando Brown. So that would just be insane if they were somehow able to pull that off.
Yeah, I mean the Chiefs are already coming off a Super Bowl. They don't need to make like some crazy upgrades. Yeah. They've already proven before that they could lose one of their best players and still make a Super Bowl. They've proven before. I mean, they got Mahomes, Andy Reid, and Travis Kelce. So I'm pretty sure they're going to be solid regardless. They do want that O-line help, though, because they still remember what happened to them in Tampa Bay against Tom Brady, against the Buccaneers when Todd Bowles just got after him that whole Super Bowl.
Yeah, he had no time at all.
I know, yeah. So for sure they still want to protect him because they know that if they can't protect him, they're not winning a Super Bowl. When they did get protection from, like you said, Orlando Brown, they ended up winning. So I'd say protection is going to be huge for them making another Super Bowl run. They don't need to like make some crazy upgrades to their entire team. They just need to keep it solid enough. They need to keep that protection up front, and they'll be at the top of the AFC again. I mean, I'm pretty sure nobody should be doubting them at this point. Some people tried to doubt them last year after they lost Tyreek Hill. They just completely shut that down. So,
yeah, they'll be fine.
I can't question the Chiefs.
They just need to find another left tackle because Taylor's probably gonna play right tackle. They just need to find an option at left tackle. Probably maybe do the draft because I don't even know why the Texans are shopping Laremy Tunsil. They're about to draft a rookie quarterback, so it's probably better to keep Laremy Tunsil there to protect your rookie. I don't care how much picks you get; it's probably just safer to keep him. You already have a all-pro left tackle. It's better just to keep him. All right, then the next highest paid. Oh, this guy is gonna get. He's the fourth highest paid safety of all time though. Jesse Bates is signing a 4-year, $64 million deal with the Falcons. You know, to me, it's really overpaid. I don't really like this deal that much. He's not bad, but I don't know. I just don't see him as an elite safety as other people see him. I don't see him as an elite safety. I see him as a pretty good safety. I don't really want to pay him this much money. This is definitely an upgrade for the Falcons, though, because the Falcons had no safeties at all. So it's better than nothing. He was already hanging out with the team a couple of weeks ago, so it's pretty obvious this was going to happen for a while. I actually thought he was going to go to the Falcons for a while. But yeah, this is probably he's still pretty decent, so I'll probably give it like a B-. It's pretty good for the Falcons. They needed a safety. He fits their system. He probably fits their scheme better than he did in Cincinnati, and in Cincinnati he was still putting up numbers. So yeah, it's pretty good. People are saying that it's bad for Cincinnati, but they have Daxton Hill. I think they're fine. They're fine at safety. They really didn't need to overpay him. I'm good with the Bengals not paying him. They're fine with Daxton Hill. They just drafted him last year. But yeah, the good thing about him though is he's played every single game basically. Of every possible game he could play last couple of years. He's played all the games. He's only missed one game on the last, since 2018 he's only missed one game. So that's pretty good. You're really not going to pay for an injury-prone player. So yeah, it's pretty solid player. A bad contract is what I'm going to say. Solid player, bad contract.
Yeah, and okay, well, here's the thing about Cincinnati. I don't mind them letting him go, but the thing is that they also lost Von Bell too. I'm pretty sure. Where did he end up signing? I forgot.
Oh, he went to Carolina.
Von Bell, yeah, he went to Carolina. There you go. So that's two safeties that you're losing. I mean, I guess Cincinnati, I could see why they wouldn't want to pay Jesse Bates too much. They kind of had his replacement waiting under him. And as far as Atlanta goes, I think it's a solid move for them. They get an upgrade on the defense for sure. They get a leader on that defense. Fourth highest paid safety of all time. I mean, I guess you got to do what you need to do to secure the top free agents. So I think Atlanta thinks they got a legitimate shot in this division. They're really banking on Desmond Ridder to go out there and give them a shot. So I'd say this move might end up panning out for them. I'd say they really think that they can compete, and that's what this move shows to me. If they're willing to pay this much money to a safety, I think they're expecting to compete next year. They also brought back Brian Lindstrom. That's a solid move for their O-line. I mean, it was a key thing that they retained him because he's been that elite piece in their line for the past. I can't remember how many years. Yeah, he's been there. So retaining him was a number one priority for them.
All right. This next signing is not really a big signing, but he's pretty underrated. It's Obu Okaranko. I don't know how to say his name correctly, but he's underrated. He's a super. Yeah, to the Browns. It's a 3-year, $22 million deal. He's pretty underrated. I was hoping it would have actually been smart for the Texans to retain him. He's pretty decent. He's one of the only bright spots on the Texans defense last year. So he's a pretty solid player. This is pretty nice for them. It's definitely better than Jadeveon Clowney because Jadeveon Clowney is pretty washed. This dude's way better. It's pretty underrated signing, under the radar signing for the Browns. Yeah, it's a pretty solid signing. All right, then Jamal Dean also re-signed with the Buccaneers. I was surprised that he re-signed. I thought he was going to go somewhere else, but he re-signed. 4-year, $52 million. That's actually a pretty solid deal. I thought he was going to get paid. I thought some other team was going to try to pay him more, but that's actually that's pretty much his value. $32 million a year. That's pretty solid. Yeah, he's a pretty solid corner. The Buccaneers keep him. I'm surprised that happened. That's actually probably cheaper than. That's probably a bargain. Yeah, pretty solid player.
Long term too.
Yeah, he's pretty young too. I'm pretty sure he's only 26. So that's pretty good deal. All right, another. Well, I guess the Bengals. We can talk about the Bengals again. The Bengals re-signed Jermaine Pratt, 3 years, $21 million. It's also a pretty solid deal. He was shitting on what's his name, Joseph Ossai. Remember when they lost?
Oh yeah.
He was shitting on him after the game, and now he's back with them. So I'm surprised. He came back, but yeah, it's pretty. Hey, he's super productive. He's pretty underrated as well. He's 27 years old. Yeah, I was surprised he stayed. I thought he was gonna leave. But yeah, $7 million a year. It's pretty cheap. I thought the linebackers were gonna get paid a lot more. There's only one real linebacker that got paid a lot of money. That I'm surprised. I was really not surprised, but yeah, but Tremaine Edmunds is the only one that got paid. I thought more people were gonna get paid money. But yeah, it's pretty productive player, solid player. He already fits the scheme. Yeah, he's already been there. They keep one of their best defensive players there in Cincinnati.
Yeah. I want to talk about Bobby Okereke because he said the linebackers haven't been getting paid so much. How much did Okereke get paid?
He got paid 4 years, $40 million.
Oh, that's a pretty good deal for him. That's a pretty good deal for him. Yeah, damn, that's. No, I'll tell you, the Giants they got a good player for sure. And now you've been complaining about the linebackers there for a minute already.
Yeah, I don't have to watch what's his name. I don't have to watch Jalen Smith play football anymore.
Jalen Smith, Alec Ogletree, remember?
Yeah.
Okereke is still young, bro. I'd say he's one of the best young linebackers in the league. Kind of got overshadowed by Darius Leonard, and this year a bit by Zaire Franklin. But I'd say he's a guy. The Giants are gonna enjoy having him. I mean, I kind of said the same thing about Mark Glowinski last year, where I kind of hyped him up a bit, and you say he's complete trash. And the Colts are also feeling the effects of that Mark Glowinski move. So I don't know. It might not work out for you guys, but I'm just saying, from what I think, Okereke is gonna perform there for sure.
Oh, yeah, he definitely can't do worse than Jalen Smith. I can tell you that. He can't do worse than Jalen Smith. Jalen Smith is the worst football player I've ever seen play football for a while. He might top Antoine Bethea when he was on the Giants. Antoine Bethea when he was on the Giants was one of the worst. He might top him that because Antoine Bethea also sucked. But I think Jalen Smith was worse. Yeah, Jalen Smith can't play football at all. But yeah, Bobby's going to be a huge upgrade. I can actually feel satisfied with free agency now. I'm fine. The Giants don't make any other moves in free agency. I'm already fine with this because we need linebacker help. We got it. He's 26 years old. That's perfect. See, because he's still young. He's still young and he fits the age of the team. I'm pretty sure the Giants have like the youngest team. They're tied with the Lions to have the youngest team in the NFL. So yeah, it's pretty. He's 26 and fits the age of the team. Yeah, it's pretty good move for the Giants. I'm happy. Finally did something today. Yeah, pretty good move. All right, I want to talk about another linebackers. We'll just continue to talk about linebackers. David Long is a huge steal. $11 million for 2 years. Huge steal. He goes to Miami. Miami's defense is going to be even better. So yeah, this makes Miami's defense even more dangerous. I think David Long played better than Tremaine Edmunds last year. He was only 2 years older than him, so it's a steal. Huge deal. I'm surprised this even happened. Yeah.
He's getting paid like 1/4 the amount that Tremaine Edmunds is getting.
Yeah, it's a huge deal.
God, bro.
Yeah, well, that's basically all linebackers that got paid. There's still obviously Bobby Wagner, Lavonte David. They'll probably get signed in the coming days.
I see Bobby Wagner heading to Dallas. I mean, I already saw the reports coming out that they had mutual interest, so I feel like that's probably where it's going to end up going. As far as Lavonte David, I'm not pretty sure where he's going to end up, but he's still getting a quality player if you pick him up.
Yeah, so the Chargers and the Seahawks and the Cowboys have all reached out to Bobby Wagner. I don't know. The Chargers are going to sign him if they do because they have no money. But
yeah, I saw Seattle too. They're also interested. Yeah, I'm not sure if Wagner wants to go back there after Seattle just cut him a few years ago.
I can see him going back to Seattle.
On pretty bad turns. Yeah,
I can see him going back just because of Russell Wilson's out there. And that's another reason why. Yeah, he didn't like Seattle. A lot of the people shit on Russell Wilson, so I can see him going back. But I don't know. I'm probably leaning more towards the Cowboys.
I think
Levante David, I can see Levante David going to the Vikings because the Vikings cut what's his name? They cut Eric Hendricks. They need linebacker help. I can see him going to the Vikings. That'd be a nice fit. They're in Minnesota.
Yeah, pretty solid move.
Yeah. All right, what else is there? Andre Dillard, he signed a 3-year deal, $29 million. He was really a rotational piece in in Philadelphia, but he's still pretty solid. The Patriots are also after him. Yeah, the Patriots also need a left tackle. I can actually see Orlando Brown signing with the Patriots. The Patriots really don't make big money moves. Yeah, I can see that actually happening though, because I think that would be a fit. Probably overpaid. Orlando Brown's going to be overpaid either way, but it would be a really good fit for New England for that. But Andre Dillard, yeah, it's a pretty good move. Definitely, he's probably better than Taylor Lewan is because Taylor Lewan was already pretty old. He was injury prone.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah. The Eagles really didn't need him that much. He was a backup tackle for them. But it's like, yeah. Jordan Mailata? That's his name, right? Yeah, he was a starter.
Mailata,
yeah, he wasn't really. Yeah, Dillard, they really didn't need him. Yeah. They really didn't need him. He's pretty solid, though. He's still pretty good for me. For being a backup tackle in the Eagles have the best line in football. So, yeah. He's a nice upgrade over Luan.
Yeah. And first round pick a few years ago.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
So, I mean, Tennessee's got some good upside with that pick.
Yeah, it's a pretty solid move.
He's probably not going to live up to his potential coming out of the draft. But, I mean, they did want to get an upgrade. They did want to get younger because Taylor Lewan was getting up there in age. So, it's a pretty good move, except for the fact that the Titans might be rebuilding. They might just completely blow it up. But, we're not gonna talk about that right now.
All right, and this guy's just really name value. He's not really good. He got cooked by Isaiah Hodgins in the playoffs, but he's all right. It's Patrick Peterson. He's out with the Steelers. Yeah, they lost Cam. Oh, I forgot to talk about it. We can talk about this one too. We'll talk about both of them at the same time. They lost Cam Sutton to the Lions, 3 years, $30 million. He's pretty solid. Yeah, you really can't replace Cam Sutton with Patrick Peterson though. So it's pretty. Patrick Peterson's not good to me. He's a veteran that you can just have in the locker room. I guess that's nice. But yeah, it's really.
But they want him to actually perform though.
Yeah, this move doesn't really move me at all. It's Patrick Peterson, I guess. That's the only reason this is getting like any headlines at all because Patrick Peterson.
Patrick Peterson.
Yeah. If it was some random corner signing one you deal with the Steelers, nobody would give a shit because yeah, Peterson's all right. He's not good anymore. His last good year, like he had one good game against the Bills this year, and he was pretty solid. His first year with the Vikings. His first year he was pretty solid. Mm-hmm. This year he wasn't. So yeah, it's all right. I guess just bringing him as a veteran, it's all right. I was surprised he just didn't retire. And what was funny is what was funny is he said he wanted to win a ring in his podcast. He said he wanted to win a ring. He ain't winning a ring with Pittsburgh. I can tell you that. Yeah, so it's not happening. But I want to talk about
bro. Yeah, probably not. Especially with Cam Sutton down there.
Oh yeah, they're not winning anything. Cam Sutton's probably the more interesting thing to talk about this. They're leaving Pittsburgh, signing a 3-year, $33 million deal with the Lions. This is pretty good for the Lions. The Lions missed out on Jalen Ramsey. Obviously, this guy Sutton's not as good as Ramsey, but Sutton's pretty solid. He's a solid corner. He fits the Lions. The Lions needed help. He's probably better than all Lions corners right now. He's better than Okuda, and that's really all they have. He's better than Okuda for sure, though. Yeah, they'll probably add another. They probably still need to add a quarterback in the first round, but not in the first round. Probably in the second, because I think Sutton's good enough where you don't have to draft the quarterback at 6. They could probably still do it if they wanted to. If they really felt like they needed to fix their quarterback room, they could probably still take a first round in the 6th pick. But I don't really think they need to that much anymore. They could probably look at other positions. But yeah, Sutton's gonna be pretty solid. He'll probably be the best corner already. That's a pretty good and significant upgrade for the Lions. And it's a big loss for Pittsburgh. So Pittsburgh probably got to draft the corner. Probably look at Joey Porter Jr. A lot of Steelers fans want him, of course, because his dad played there. So you could probably see that. Yeah, but they probably definitely need to add a quarterback in the draft. I don't know. Yeah, because Patrick Peterson can't play significant minutes. Sorry to say. He just can't. All right. What else do we have? I think we pretty much... we could talk about some Broncos trade rumors. So the Broncos have been fielding trade calls on Jerry Jeudy, Cortland Sutton, and KJ Hamler.
Oh, damn, all 3 of them.
Yeah. they're asking high prices for them, and there's a real chance one gets traded. It's possible.
If anyone gets traded, I think it's probably going to be Cortland Sutton.
Yeah. I don't know where he's going to get traded, though. That's the problem. There's a lot of teams that need receivers. I could use them.
Baltimore just go throw a pick at him.
Yeah, there's a report a couple weeks ago that I saw that the Giants were like really desperate for Jerry Jeudy at the deadline. At the trade deadline, the Giants were really desperate for him, but the Giants didn't want to do it because it was too much of an asking price. So I don't know. I could possibly be something.
Unless they're asking for a first-round pick. I mean, they better not be asking for a first-round pick. So
yeah, if it's a second-round pick, I'm fine with the Giants giving a second-round pick. It's not like we're not as bad as we were the last couple of years, so it's not like we have like a fucking the 35th pick in the draft or something in the second round. We have the 57th pick. So that's pretty. I'm fine with getting the 57th pick for Jerry Jeudy. I wouldn't mind that second round pick. He's only 24 years old. He fits exactly what the Giants need with the receivers on the offense that Brian Dable or that Mike Kafka runs. It's a fit. Oh, it would be pretty fine with me if the Giants did it, at least for a second. Okay, if it's for first, we ain't doing that. I'd rather just keep the first, and not worry about that. So yeah, but yeah, Jerry Jeudy. He's probably the best receiver out of all of them. So I'll be pretty surprised if he gets traded. It'll more than likely be Sutton. If one of these guys gets traded, or maybe Hamler. Hamler might be the most likely going to get traded because he's not that good. So it's not. So it wouldn't be that big of a deal.
The least return out of him, though.
Yeah, Sutton will probably give you a decent return. So I think Sutton will probably more than likely be traded. Here he's. Yeah, they'll probably want to move off Sutton too because they just paid him a contract like 2 years ago. So I can see Sutton being moved. I just don't know about their high asking prices. That's the only thing. I don't know about that. I don't know what that means.
They're not asking for no first round pick. If they're asking for a first round pick, then they're delusional, bro. Because I don't know who's gonna give up a first round pick for Cortland Sutton or Jerry Jeudy. You could package all three of them for a first round pick.
Yeah, that's the only way you're getting a first round pick.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we can talk another like backup quarterbacks. What's his name? Mike White signing a 2-year deal worth $16 million to Miami. This is actually pretty good for Miami because you don't know about Tua's injury health.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, so yeah, it's a pretty solid move. They get a solid backup. And Mike White.
Teddy Bridgewater, is he a free agent?
Yeah, he's a free agent.
He's a free agent.
No, he's a free agent.
He was also
Mike White
too, though.
Yeah, so it's probably Mike White's probably solid. Mike White almost beat him a couple times when they played each other. So it's like,
oh yeah. If Skylar Thompson was able to almost beat the Bills, then if you have Mike White back there, he might have actually got it done, bro. If I'm being honest.
Yeah. So Mike White's a good option back there in case Tua falls to injury again. So that's pretty solid. And Case Keenum, not just a really low move right here, but Case Keenum signing a 2-year deal with the Texans. Apparently the Texans were after what's his name? They were after Jimmy Garoppolo, but they obviously didn't get him. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but Case Keenum, them signing Case Keenum basically means to me they're 100% drafting a quarterback. Like no question asked. They're probably drafting a quarterback. I don't see them not doing it. If they signed Garoppolo, I could have seen maybe that they weren't drafting a quarterback. But Case Keenum, they're 100%, no question, drafting quarterback. Because you can't. I think they already saw enough with Davis Mills. And Case Keenum's. I really don't even think they need to add a veteran. Because I think Davis Mills was solid enough to be a backup. But
I think they just want to have Case Keenum for that veteran experience, that veteran leadership. Because Davis Mills has only been there for 2 years.
Yeah,
so,
that makes sense.
He can't really help a rookie QB develop like Case Keenum can. Case Keenum has got some veteran tales that he could tell from back in his day. He'll be a solid guy to have back there. I mean, he's been to an NFC Championship game. Yeah,
that's pretty solid move. Yeah, I forgot he's been to an NFC Championship game with the Vikings a couple years ago. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, I forgot that Davis Mills is barely in his third year. So yeah. Another under the radar move, kind of, bro. What's his name? Bradley Bozeman signing a 3-year deal with the Panthers. He's re-signing with them, $18 million. He's a pretty solid center as well. He's the reason the offense line was pretty good. He played with Baltimore a couple of years ago, or not even a couple of years ago. 2 years ago, he played with them. But yeah, he played with Carolina this year. That's a pretty solid move. Keep their center. They still have probably one of the best O-lines still. Our O-line's really improved over the last few years. So that's a pretty solid move right there.
I just did a work on bringing back Deontay Foreman.
Yeah. We can. I guess we didn't talk about this earlier. We didn't talk about this one either. We can talk about some of the moves the Patriots made. Patriots, they traded Jonnu Smith for a 7th-round pick to the Falcons.
I saw that. It was only for the 7th?
Yeah. Well, Jonnu Smith really didn't do anything anymore for the Patriots. Last 2 years, he kind of a waste of money.
They paid him a lot, too, bro. Yeah. They paid him and Hunter Henry a lot.
He was pretty good with the Titans too. It just didn't really work out for him in New England. Probably because they had what's his name, Matt Patricia and Joe Judge running the plays, so that's not going to lead to anything. But yeah,
Crazy.
the only thing that confuses me about this
contract.
Yeah, the Atlanta's paying his contract. Yeah, they're paying the contract.
That's pretty tough for them.
That confuses me because they have Kyle Pitts too.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. I don't know how effectively
John Smith as a distraction now. They could use him as a distraction guy and finally throw it to Kyle Pitts more.
Yeah. And of course, we already talked about it earlier. The Falcons also signed Chris Lindstrom to a 5-year deal worth $105 million. Yeah, we already talked about that. Pretty good move right there. And the Patriots re-signing Jonathan Jones to a 2-year, $20 million deal. This is a steal too. Jonathan Jones is pretty good corner for them. He was better than J.C. Jackson. J.C. Jackson got paid so much money. So it's kind of like Patriots, yeah. The Patriots really don't really sign their players. I'm sorry, but they re-sign them when they really need them. Jonathan Jones is a really good fit there. He's probably a good fit anywhere. He's actually good. I think J.C. Jackson was more of a fit in New England but it was harder for him to fit everywhere else. He could have fit with anybody else, but they re-signed him. I'm surprised he didn't get more money because I really thought he was the top corner on the market. But yeah, pretty steal right there from New England. And we can talk about Jason Kelce as well. Jason Kelce is returning for another season. It will more than likely be his last season though, but he's returning for another season. He's probably the best center in the NFL, all-pro center. Yeah. So good. At least they're keeping some of their guys together in Philadelphia. Because right now it looks like Philadelphia's going to lose mostly everybody. It's a free agent, so I don't know. But with Jason Kelce, at least he's coming back for another season. And Calais Campbell also. Oh, you can go ahead.
No, I was just laughing.
Oh, okay. And Calais Campbell got cut. So that Baltimore can bring him back if they, what is it called? If they're able to free up more cap space on a cheaper deal. So you never know. Yeah, but Calais Campbell probably goes to like a competitive team. He's not the same Calais Campbell he was when he was in Arizona and Jacksonville, but yeah, he's still solid.
Few years. Even his first few years in Baltimore, he was still really good.
Yeah, he's still solid. Now he's basically just a solid run stopper. He really plays D tackle now, but he can still go somewhere else and play. I can see the Giants actually making a move on him because the Giants he already fits. He's already played with Wink before. He was actually pretty solid with him. So I can see if it's like super cheap, I can see it with the Giants. It's a pretty good fit.
I don't think he's gonna get too much at this point in his career. He probably just wants to go get a ring right now.
Yeah, that's probably what it would be. You know what? I just want to talk about this too. Marcus Peters too. Marcus Peters could be a fit with the Giants too because Marcus Peters is free agent. He fits Wink's system. With Wink, that was his best years with Baltimore.
Yeah.
Yeah, he really didn't play that good this year because he really didn't fit the scheme anymore. I can see him also going. I can see Marcus Peters also going to the Giants. That's pretty solid.
Baltimore just lets him walk.
Yeah, I don't think Baltimore's bringing him back. I think they'll probably sign another corner. They play a lot more. What is it called? They play a lot more zone now. He's more of a man corner. That's what the Giants really. Yeah, the Giants just play man all the time. So it'll be pretty solid move. I'm pretty sure we basically covered mostly everything that happened today.
That's good.
All right, so we can probably go into some of the recaps of the games. We can look at our records at least of who got the most games, who predicted the most games correctly from the other day.
Oh yeah, we kind of just ran through the Saturday ones because all of our Sunday games were the same. I know you got that tiebreaker on me though with the Knicks. I thought that the Lakers would win if Jalen Brunson was out, but the Knicks just destroyed them. So you got that one over.
I just thought the Knicks couldn't lose back to back. I don't think they could have lost that many times to me. That's the only reason I picked them, even without Jalen Brunson. I just didn't feel like the Knicks could lose that many games in a row.
Yeah.
All right. Let me find what day. What day are we?
It's the 13th, so
Saturday would have been
11.
March 11th, right?
Yeah.
Hold on, I have to reload this page.
We were tied before. We were tied on the Friday games.
Yeah.
The Saturday, I'm pretty sure you might have gotten more than me. I can't even remember who I picked. God damn.
I can't even remember that.
The only one I remember is that I picked Dallas, and they lost too.
Yeah. Bro, I picked the Rockets to win. They almost won that game, actually. It was pretty funny. They were up most of the game, and yeah.
I didn't pick the Rockets, did I?
No, you picked the Bulls.
Okay,
Phoenix, Sacramento. I'm pretty sure you picked the Phoenix, right? No, you picked Sacramento. I picked Phoenix.
Sacramento.
Yeah, I picked Phoenix. Phoenix actually could have. No, Phoenix lost.
Oh,
the Sacramento one.
Okay,
yeah. This game was actually pretty weird because It was tied in the last minute of the game, the last couple minutes of the game, and all of a sudden Sacramento went off on a huge scoring streak, and Phoenix didn't do anything.
Oh damn.
But yeah, let's go. We're probably gonna go over these games pretty quick though. So all right, yeah, Sacramento, took the double with Phoenix. Milwaukee and Golden State. Yeah, you picked. I'm pretty sure I said Golden State too. Giannis didn't play. I don't think Giannis played this game. I can check right here.
I said Golden State. Yeah.
Yeah, I picked Golden State too. If Giannis didn't play, I said Milwaukee. If Giannis did play, but he didn't. Yeah, he didn't play.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah. So. Yeah. So we both got that one right. I need you to keep track of it so I can just go over these games. Can you keep track of it? The record.
What? I got 2 and you got 1 right now.
Okay. Oklahoma and New Orleans. We both picked Oklahoma. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I don't think we picked New Orleans. Yeah. We always shit on him. Okay, yeah.
Oklahoma
so Oklahoma won. And then Chicago versus Houston. No. Yeah, Chicago picked up the win over Houston.
Okay, you're 3.
Dallas, Memphis. Yeah, I picked Memphis.
Yeah, we had no Luka or no Kyrie though. I didn't know that before the game started.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'll give you that one though. We're both 4-1.
Yeah, Boston, Atlanta. We both picked Boston.
Yeah, 5-1.
Utah, Hornets. I think we both picked Utah.
Yeah, we're not going for the Hornets.
Indiana, Detroit. I think we both picked Indiana. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure Miami and Orlando. Damn, I almost picked Orlando too. This would have broke the tie record. The tie break.
Damn.
Yeah, Orlando won. I almost picked Orlando. I even said that I was thinking about picking Orlando, and they actually won.
Yeah. Oh man, so we finished tied again.
Yeah, because the Clippers beat the Knicks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you got the Sunday one then. So I think
we go over
right now.
Yeah, I think on Sunday we picked every single one except for the Knicks and Lakers, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and I took the Lakers.
Oh, let's talk about this though. The Brooklyn Nets beat the Nuggets too, man. That was pretty.
Oh yeah.
The Nuggets losing streak is continuing.
Bro, yeah, we're hyping up the Nuggets. I'm like, bro, I thought there was no way the Nuggets were gonna lose again. And that's tough. I
think there's chances the possibility of it. I still don't really think it's gonna happen, but there's the possibility of it beating out Jokic is still it's going higher every time the Nuggets lose these games. Yeah. Because I'm pretty sure I think Embiid has a real chance of getting it if Philly somehow, because they're only one game behind Boston, I think now, because Boston's losing too.
Oh shoot,
yeah. So and I think if they can get the second seed and they have the same record or better record than the Nuggets, I think they can Embiid could possibly maybe finally win his MVP award. You never know. It's still a possibility. It's a higher possibility than I thought it was going to be. To be honest with you, I really thought Jokic was running away with it, but the last week for the Nuggets has been bad. So it's still a pretty big possibility right there. All right, so we can talk about some of today's games. Indiana at Detroit, it already started. Detroit's actually up 36-19.
Oh shoot! Okay, so we won't go through that one.
Yeah, we won't go through this one. All right, Utah, Miami. It's the next game up. I'll probably take Miami.
Miami?
Yeah, they're Miami.
Okay, give me Miami.
Yeah. They already lost to Orlando. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Jimmy Butler's all pissed off too. Yeah, I don't see them losing.
Yeah.
All right, Minnesota, Atlanta. Oh, this is a pretty good game. They're playing at Atlanta.
Give me Minnesota.
I'll go for Atlanta just so we can have different teams. All right. Dallas, Memphis. I think I'm going to go Dallas this game. I don't think Memphis is going back-to-back.
I got Dallas, yeah.
Boston, Houston. Yeah, I'm not taking Houston this time. Definitely not. I'm definitely not taking Houston. Yeah, we can go Boston right here.
Yeah,
there's no way I'm taking Boston. I'm taking Houston over Boston. Yeah, I'm not doing that. Shit. All right, Milwaukee, Sacramento. I'm gonna go Milwaukee.
Is Giannis playing? He's back now, right?
Let me see. It says that he's a game time decision, which more than likely means that he's gonna be back.
You know what? Just give me Sacramento. Give me Sacramento just because.
Okay. Oh, yeah, we'll have a little bit of difference right there. All right, then. Phoenix at Golden State. Oh, this is a tough game, too.
Oh,
I think Golden State wins.
Yeah, I
don't think.
I got Golden State. Hold on. Are they in San Francisco or are they in Phoenix?
Oh, no, they're in Golden State.
Okay. Give me the Warriors.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't really see
on the road.
Phoenix.
That makes a huge difference for the Warriors. For some reason, it makes a huge difference for them.
Yeah. You know, I didn't know this. Andrew Wiggins. Oh, that was the last game of the night. But
okay.
We can probably talk about. We can recap some of the games from yesterday, just real quick before we end off the show. All right, Andrew Wiggins. I want to talk about Andrew Wiggins. He's actually been out for personal reasons for a long time. So hopefully, whatever he's been out for like a month or so, just for personal reasons. So I don't know. Hopefully, it's all good for him. Yeah, but the Warriors they were actually on a losing streak before this. Before beating Milwaukee. That was actually a pretty good win on Saturday. I'm pretty sure Curry had like a game-saving block to send it into overtime because they almost lost, and Curry had like a game-saving block. Wow. That was pretty. Yeah, that was pretty interesting. But yeah, that was probably the only game that really meant anything on Saturday. I guess, yeah, because Dallas, Memphis, Luka, and Kyrie didn't play. Yeah,
those other games really beat them too. They still almost beat them. They choked at the end.
Yeah, but Memphis doesn't have any other guys either, though. Yeah, so really
that was a pretty terrible matchup, bro.
Yeah,
you would expect that to be a lot better.
Steven Adams isn't even there. What's his name? I don't think Dillon Brooks. I think Dillon Brooks was out injured that game, and I think John Morant. Yeah, John Morant's obviously
still
not playing. Yeah. So it was basically just Christian Wood and what's his name, Jaren Jackson Jr. So yeah, yeah, both teams. That game really didn't mean anything. Both teams were injured. And then Phoenix and Sacramento. But I still think the Sacramento beat them, but
they have KD though.
Yeah, and they'll probably have KD. I'm pretty sure KD's gonna be back for the playoffs. Yeah. And I'll probably still take in a 7-game series. It's still very, yeah. It's even without KD, there's still a very good chance Phoenix will probably win the series. Cause this is one game they lost to him, but it would still probably. I guess actually I don't know. Oh, there's probably still a decent chance that Phoenix could win. I would probably favor actually the Kings. If Durant wasn't there, just because the Kings are deeper, but there's still a solid chance the Suns could still win the series even without KD. I'm not saying that I don't think they would be the favorites, but
I think the Kings
still pretty solid. Yeah, the Kings will probably take it. All right. We can talk about some of Sunday's games. Talk about the Lakers game first. All right. I'm pretty sure D'Lo had a good game. Hold on. Yeah, D'Lo had 33 points, 8 assists, 5 rebounds. But Anthony Davis, another, I don't know, this is pretty mediocre stat line for Anthony Davis. 17 points. I guess he had 16 rebounds, but 17 points
is pretty low.
Yeah, you have to have more. The rest of your team's not gonna. You need like Russell went off. Anthony Davis on Friday too when they beat who did they beat on Friday? The Raptors. He didn't do anything either. He had 8 points, and you can't do that. Yeah. I don't know what's wrong with Anthony Davis to be honest with you. I guess he's just not. I mean, people call him a top 10 player still. I don't really see any other top 10 player doing this where they had a game where they score 17 points, 8 points, 2 points. Yeah, I really don't.
They only see like his 40 point, 16 rebound games, and then oh my God, Anthony Davis, and then he goes out the next day and drops 8.
Like look at Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid. That's like his real competition right there. They both don't. They basically never have off games, and even when they do have off games, both of them still somehow get to like at least Embiid when he has an off game. He gets to the rim so many times that he at least ends up with like 29 points sometimes, even just off free throws, because of that he affects the game that much. That's what like a top 10 player does. I don't think Anthony Davis is the top 10 player anymore, to be honest with you.
Nah,
but
for sure, no.
Yeah, you can't have inefficient games like this. I don't think any of the top 10 players in the NBA that I consider top 10 have inefficient nights like this, or they're this bad.
Yeah.
Regularly. Like, I'm fine with you having like one game every like 10 games or something, but this dude has like...
consistently.
He has games where he has like 2 points. Yeah. There's some games where he just doesn't want to take shots either. Yeah, you can't do that. And then on the Knicks side, RJ Barrett finally had a good night. I always shit on RJ Barrett whenever we look at this. He actually had 30 points. He shot terribly though. 1 for 8 from 3, but he had 30 points. Julius Randle, the leader of the team, 33 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. Pretty solid night for him. Emmanuel Quigley had 15 points. Nobody else really did much for the Knicks, but it was really those 3 guys. What's the name? Josh Hart though had a clutch. They found Josh Hart. What is it called? At the end of the game, to win this game, they basically what is it called? Josh Hart basically just went directly at what's his name? It was at Vanderbilt, and Vanderbilt followed him. So yeah, Hart got the game-winning free throws over his old team that drafted him. But the Lakers probably could have won this game if Anthony Davis just played much better because the rest of their team did pretty solid. Their bench, they had like 3 guys in double digits. Schroeder had 14, Hachimura had 12, Austin Reeves had 13. Beasley's actually been pretty bad for the Lakers.
Oh yeah.
Another game. were just inefficient. He was 4 for 12 from the field, 2 for 8 from 3. It's pretty inefficient for him.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Lakers' hot streak ended a little bit there. Do you watch Legend of Winning? Do you watch him a little bit?
I haven't seen him in a minute, bro.
He's like a huge. I didn't even know he was a Lakers fan, but he was like dick riding the Lakers so heavily. I was watching him, man.
Yeah,
bro. He said that they were championship contenders. He was ranking all the NBA teams, and he put the Lakers in championship contenders.
Oh boy, that's
just because they won like 4 games in a row. Just because they won 4 games in a row. That was crazy.
Yeah. That's tough, bro. I don't think the Lakers are at that level yet, bro.
Yeah, that's the reason. That's one of the reasons why I hate Lakers fans, man. I don't know what the fuck they're doing.
I know, yeah.
Yeah.
We should probably get it wrapped up now.
Yeah. Right. It's pretty.
A mock draft coming out next episode, so stay tuned for that.
All right, guys. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Please like and subscribe. We'll see you next time. Thank you.
All right, peace out.